Welcome back, surfers. It is Saturday, August 25th. We're going to recap a profitable trade on the S&P 500 and also a profitable trade on the NASDAQ. So I'll show you real quick the actual trade alerts. So this is the WhatsApp actual trade alerts, and we had put a buy on the S&P 500 back in August 10th. We sold in pieces. We sold on the Monday, August Monday of this past week, and if you look at this chart, Monday is basically on the S&P is basically in this area 2860. Remember in that last video I was talking about how 2860 was a potential resistance zone, and that we could potentially pull back towards 2847, which we did the next day here, or 2843. So somewhere in that region would potentially be a region to retest the highs. So it looks like the exit at 2860 was just a little short because it ended up going to 2872, but it did pull back to where we were expecting, which is 2847, 48, and the next zone would have been 4243. So it looks like it made that support and then reattempt the new high and broke over it, and we closed Friday at new highs. So even though we exited the S&P 500, we weren't able to capture this because you know what this was, right? So if you look at this chart, that's basically when Michael Cohen was implicated for president related to crimes, of course related to covering up money and stuff like that. And so that pulled the markets after hours, but by the morning it started recovering, and so that's basically what pulled it back. And now we're at new highs, right? So in the meantime, when it pulled back, the Nasdaq, right? What did the Nasdaq do, right? So the S&P looks like this. The Nasdaq wasn't budging, right? That pullback from Trump, from the Cohen lawyer, brought it down to 73.60, and by the next morning it was at 73.90. And so we were able to issue a buy alert on the Nasdaq, right? So that the Nasdaq had a buy on Tuesday, and on basically Friday we were able to exit. So couple day trade, and if you look at the Nasdaq, that was basically somewhere in this. Right, so the buy alert was on Tuesday, so this is the weekend. So this is Monday, that's Tuesday. So the Tuesday, we were able to buy in the morning, pulled back overnight. By the next morning, it was just a little bit lower, but we held on, consolidated, make an attempt, pulled back, and here you see a 1, 2, 3, ABC fourth, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifth wave. So you have a making of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by pullback, and then consolidation, and then on Friday we moved up, right? So we were able to exit the Q calls, triple Q calls, at a profit. So combine that with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, both profitable trades. So I'm gonna go through the charts here. We have the S&P 500. The major news item this past week was the Michael Cohen being implicated, but of course, every time there's a fear, like that's like a buying opportunity. And the thing is, the key level that we had advised was in this region, where I thought we were gonna retest 2862, pull back to 2847, 48, and then make a new high. Instead, we went to 2872 and then pulled back to that same region and then made a new high. So it looks like the markets are very bullish. These are new all-time highs. So if you look back at a daily chart, the S&P 500, actually just shy of where it was in early end of January, early February time. So we're pretty much there. And you look at the Nasdaq also near new highs, 74, almost 74.50. All right, so it was struggling for some time. Facebook. Now I'm gonna go through some charts. Like Facebook has been lagging actually, right? So after that, earnings has been lagging, and Google was also lagging, but starting to recover. So it's the starting to recovery signs of Google and Facebook are showing signs that could push the Nasdaq further higher. So that's Facebook. Google, strong is Nvidia is very strong, right? So um, Walmart has pulled back from after its earnings, and let's see, Netflix has been, has been recovering nicely here. It definitely went further than I expected, and but the fact that it could go higher than this 343 region where it opens the following day after earnings is a positive sign. Tesla, they made an announcement saying that Tesla they're no longer going to try to go private. They're actually going to stay public. And Musk kind of probably had discussions with the board after there was threats or fears that they actually didn't secure funding when he said that they had funding secured at 420. It's not true. So it'd be interesting to see what the market is responds with after saying they're going to stay public. I believe it's not going to have much of a reaction since most of it's kind of just kind of baked in this area. So that's Tesla, Apple hovering near the high, Amazon also hovering near the highs. So that's basically the Nasdaq, S&P, the Russell has been breaking out after this consolidation and has been moving up nicely. So overall bullish trends everywhere, with the Nasdaq being the weakest, but even the Nasdaq showing some signs of life, with Facebook starting to turn around and Google starting to turn around. So it looks promising from that end. So even though there was a scare in the S&P 500 in terms of the Cohen news, overall the market seems the market seems promising in terms of its reaction to it. So every time there's a fear event, goes into support, consolidate a couple of days, and a couple of days later it'll break out in the future. So that's basically how the market's been reacting towards this end of the summer, August 25th, as we go into Labor Day weekend, and I believe Congress should be getting back into action in September. There should be some more kind of movement in the markets. But for now, it's a slow grind to the upside. So that's it for this week's update on the S&P 500 and Nasdaq, and I'll see you guys surfers next time.